Hello and welcome to a Maverick Scout update. I've had a few bits arrive in the post, and the bits I was waiting for to complete the chassis and running gear, and this basically is what I've been waiting for. I've got the standard wheels, foam filled wheels and tyres. These are plastic with the hex adapters bolted in, so it looks like the 5-stud pattern that you find on the real one-to-one cars. The tyres come like that with, if I can get it out, the foam inserts. Now it's up to you. I find that the tyre is more flex if I don't use the foam inserts. So I'm left with the tyre and the wheel itself, which is just like that. Used a bit of tape to block the hole up, and a cable tie to hold it all in with, and your rubber tyre that you've got there. Okay, so this is what it was. It's got the chassis converted, it's got the long shocks, wheels and tyres from the original Scout. I put the bumper back on, which is what comes with the chassis from Rad Shape, but as you can see, as soon as you start to flex the tyre, if I can get my hand out of the way, it hits the bumper, which is why these tyres, as well as for scale looks, they're not much good, which is why we have these ones. These need to be glued onto the wheel. You can see there I have, so I'm just trying to get this in the shot for you, the different shocks. Now these are coming without oil at the moment. I think it's just so they don't leak when they're in the mail. When you get your shocks, I mean, these are just £8 from eBay. It's cheap ones to see how it all goes. You're going to need to fill these up with oil. It's quite a simple process. This is what I've got. It's just synthetic silicone, no, not synthetic, what am I on about? Silicone oil for shock absorbers. This was about £5 or £6 on eBay as well. And your shock absorbers there. You just pull the spring back and take off the little collar there, which stops the spring coming off on the end. Take the spring off. Now what's important to note is that these have got dual rate springs on them. Okay, it's just the same if you've got a single spring on your shock absorber. That's basically your shock absorber there. You undo that bit there, can't see. You put your shock oil in there. Just dribble it in, takes a little amount. You have to get the air out of them, otherwise you won't have the full travel of the shock absorber. Okay, you do that by moving the piston gently up and down inside. You can see the piston there. You move it gently up and down with the shock oil in it, and that displaces the air and gets it all out, and then you'll have the compression movement that you need for the shock absorber to work correctly. I'm going to have to glue the wheels and tyres together, because at the moment they leak because they're not glued together. I'm just using some super glue. I'm using the gel stuff because it's easier, sorry, to place the gel where you need it in the groove where the tyre is going to sit. which is that bit there. Sits in that groove just there, and you leave it, and then the tyre performs basically like a standard one-to-one tyre on a normal car. It's just got air inside it that flexes, and as the tyre moves over things, it just grips it and pulls the truck over when you're crawling or just driving over objects. Okay, so there's the end result. You've got your shocks on, you've got your wheels and tyres, and all that's missing now, well, we'll put the battery in, all that's missing now is the body. What am I going to go for? At the moment, time of filming, I do not know. Maybe thinking an American pickup, maybe a Ford Bronco, something like that. Nice and simple, that sort of thing. What am I going to use to mount the body? Probably stealth mounts mounted on top of the shock towers. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Okay, any suggestions, let us know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.